Hello, ladies and jelly spoons. Welcome again to this business lesson on. This is on organisation structures and an organisation chart. So previously on lessons, we've been learning about communication and how different businesses communicate from within and outside their organisation. So this lesson is specifically to talk about an organisation structure and how authority works within an organisation structure. So as an intro to this, all organisations, whether they are large or small, have a structure where their workforce are placed within. And we're going to learn about the different two types of structures within the next couple of lessons. But today we're just going to learn about how authority works within that structure. So the noun authority means, if you have authority over somebody, you have the right to command them or to control them. And obviously within business and within a business that you're working within, authority is handed to someone through the directors or the management of a company. So people have the right to command them because their job says that they are in charge of other people. Okay, so in kind of real life, you might think that there are some people who have authority over you. Could be your parents that you think they're in charge of you, and of course they are, because they are actually legally responsible for you. And then in school as well, there is authority within a school too, because we of course are legally responsible for you as well. So we all report into authority in everyday life as well. So we have authority within the police, for example, and so we know if a member of the police comes up and speaks to us, they have authority over us. They have the right to command and control us. Okay, so we're talking about business here and people kind of given authority within businesses. So just to move on, little task here. The tasks today are not going to take a huge amount of time, so you'll be able to do these hopefully quite easily. Right, there's a number of people who work within the school, and they are within an organisation structure. So what I would like you to do is to take the sheet and to place the names in the correct position within the organisation structure. Now I've put you within this structure as well, so if you could put yourself in there as well, that would be absolutely brilliant. So if you could just put all those people that you know in that structure, pause the video, and then I'll let you know if you've got that right. Okay? Right, so before I feed back and let you know how you've got on with that organisation structure. So an organisation structure is the way in which a company is organised, and it's a very deliberate thing. People are placed in specific job roles, whether they're at the top of the organisation structure here, you can see this person here is at the top, or whether they are further down the organisation structure here. Now the way it works is this person here would report directly into this person here, who's above them in the structure. This person here has authority over this person here. So essentially they can tell them what to do. This person here cannot tell this person what to do because this person has authority over this person. And that's exactly how it works in our school structure as well. Okay, another term. There's a term called the span of control. Now, span is a way of measuring something. So it would have a number attached to it. So I've heard of the term wingspan if you're talking about an aeroplane, and that would be the measurement between one wing and the other wing. So you'd measure that, and the wingspan would in fact be the measurement between that. You could have a wingspan of a bird as well that flies in the sky. Again, it would be the measurement between the span. So the span of control is a measurement or the number of people directly under the control of one person in the organisation. Okay, another little term I just want to give you here is chain of command. So we've got a picture of a chain here, and in the chain there are links. So if you imagine those links are specific workers, so we have one worker here. Now the way a message works is this person would speak to this person, and then this person would pass the message to that person, and so on and so forth. And so when a message is given in the school, for example, Mr. Ashley might speak to his senior leadership team, give them all a message. They will pass that message down to their middle management team, who would then pass that message perhaps down to the teachers, and then might pass that message down to you. So the chain of command is the way in which messages move up or down the hierarchy. Okay, so here's the organisation structure within the school. And obviously we know at the top we have Mr. Ashley. Now there are going to be a few questions for you to answer about this, and I want you to email those back to me just to show you've got a level of understanding. Now it didn't really matter where I put Mr. Waterson, but it did matter where I put Mr. Hoyle, because Mr. Hoyle is the line manager for business department, which you're doing, okay? And so just beneath Mr. Hoyle is myself, head of business, and then I've got one teacher beneath me who's Mrs. Webb, who's teacher of business, who reports directly to me. And then we have a class TA who would report directly into the teacher. So we're talking about having authority within the class. So Mrs. Webb would have authority over her class TA. I would have authority over Miss Webb, and Mr. Hoyle would have authority over me, and Mr. Ashley would have authority over me. You're down the bottom, and that's kind of the way it works. But obviously, I'm just trying to illustrate what this would look like in an organisation. So you're not an employee, but I have put you down here anyway. But if you were an employee, for example, and this person would have authority over you within this structure, if you wanted to get a message into Mr. Ashley in an organisation structure, you wouldn't go and visit Mr. Ashley directly, because that's not how it works. You would speak to this person, who would pass the message on to this person, who would pass the message on to this person, and then up to here. Okay. Now within each of these, they all have a group of people within them that they have direct authority over as well. Okay. So hopefully you got that in the right place. Make sure that you keep a note of this, because you're going to use this for the questions in a minute. Okay. So it's just really a bit of a knowledge test. I just want you to look at this structure and answer the questions. Now you can use the question answer sheet that is supplied, or you can simply just answer these questions to me. So who's in charge of the organisation? Who is my or Mr. Flynn's line manager? Who does Mr. Flynn line manage? What is the chain of command from you up to Mr. Ashley? How many people are under Mr. Ashley's direct span of control? And so you have to look at the lines on that and see if you can get that one right. How many layers are there in the structure? So you have to count the layers in the structure there. If I was to leave, Mr. Flynn was to leave, who could be promoted into that job? Who do you think gets paid the most? If Miss Webb was unwell, who should she let know? And finally, who is Mr. Hoyle's line manager? So there are in fact 10 questions for you to have a go at. So if you could have a look at that organisation structure, also perhaps speak to somebody at home about an organisation structure that they work within, and maybe ask them, say, who's your line manager? Do you line manage anyone? Do you have authority over anyone that you work with? And just kind of have a little chat with them about that, and that'd be absolutely brilliant. So please send the knowledge test back to me, and then you will get a mark out of 100 for that. Okay, thanks then. Have a nice day. Bye.